Richard Nixon, président de la Grenada Development Corporation, présente les priorités d'investissement de la Grenade, sa stratégie de développement industriel et les efforts déployés pour positionner l'île comme une destination attractive pour les entreprises et l'industrie manufacturière. Il souligne également les opportunités de renforcer les partenariats avec les investisseurs et les institutions africaines afin de soutenir une croissance économique durable.
Comment les liens historiques entre l'Afrique et les Caraïbes peuvent-ils être renforcés?
I think there are a couple of things which need to occur, and one is education. We know of each other, but we don't know each other. And I think events like this actually creates a dialogue and a platform for us to have discussions like this, to have media presences and meet our brothers and sisters from both sides. So I think having an understanding and what I call building trust equity is very important in the future of business and trade. If I don't trust you, I wouldn't be doing business. So I think these events are very, very important as a baseline and a foundation for doing more things together.
Le commerce entre les deux régions est inférieur à 1 milliard de dollars par an. Comment l'impulser?
I think having established diplomatic relations is very important, and at the same time selective visa waiver agreements, which is a barrier for traveling. But most importantly, I think both sides need to really look at having direct air flights between both regions. For example, it took us 9 hours to get here. If we had to fly through the north or New York or London, it would probably take us a full day. Plus the additional costs and visas and the hassles, hotels. There's absolutely no reason why we cannot be doing direct flights on both sides. But that takes time, because for airlines, it'd have to be economically sustainable. It has to make sense. So maybe both sides can do some funding up front to have the proof of concepts, and instead of having daily flights, maybe weekly flights. But you augment the airline flights with trade, with goods and services, so you help to subsidize the cost of air travel.
En tant qu'ambassadeur de la Grenade, quelle est la priorité pour les relations avec l'Afrique?
We're right in the middle now of writing a strategic plan for Africa, which I'm leading. And we've taken a immediate term, medium term, and long term approach. So we have 5 countries that we're focused on. I'm not going to name them, but we have 5 countries which we're focused on in the near term. And hopefully by the end of this year, we would accomplish it. So we have to take things step by step. So we look at disposable income. We look at the interests of the African countries to invest in our countries, and also vice versa. So, and again, trade breaks down all political barriers. So if we focus on trade, it could be trade in services and goods, tourism. I think there's a lot we can do immediately, actually.
Les petits États insulaires sont confrontés à des défis uniques. Comment relever ces défis?
I think climate change is a really big challenge, and it's not only for small island states. It affects us differently, but it affects the entire globe. But I think for us in small island states, we have coastal irrigation or coastal erosion, and there are some technologies you can actually put in place to prevent that. But I also think having partnerships with African countries that may have expertise or technologies in the blue economy that can help us maximize the resources in the sea, and at the same time help protect our coastlines, I think is some areas that's prime for cooperation. And there's funding available for these things. We just have to find the right mix.
Quel impact potentiel voyez-vous pour une coopération entre l'Afrique et les Caraïbes?
I think it's going to shake the world. I really think it's going to shake the world, because this partnership, it's been over 400 years in the making. And now we're coming back together. I think the world is going to shake. I really do.
Le commerce Afrique-Caraïbes représente 3%. Quels secteurs peuvent être exploités?
Well, let's take Nigeria for example. Everything is produced here. So what can the Caribbean gain from Nigeria? Maybe not too much, but I think in looking at traditional trading partners, which given what's happening in the globe today, it's kind of difficult. We have to look for new partners to provide us the goods and services we need. So I think there's a huge opportunity for food, for technical know-how, and for processing different types of foods. We were having a meeting last night with one of your ministers, and one of the challenges we have is finding the right technical help for soil testing, agronomy, different specialized skills that we don't have that you have here. So I think partnership with those to build capacity in our countries is huge. But I also think partnering with companies here who are looking for a platform to expand their business through our countries is also a huge opportunity. I'll give you an example. Cashew nuts. We don't produce cashew nuts in Grenada, but we consume it. And now I understand that cashew nuts from here are being sold to Vietnam to be dried and seasoned and packaged to be sold to the United States. We could be doing this in Grenada. So having this type of partnership where your exporters here can probably make more money and have a shorter route and cheaper route into the United States or the Caribbean market in itself. I think those types of partnerships makes a lot of sense, where it's win-win for both sides. So those are some of the things I'd like to see us focus on.
Comment des cadres institutionnels tels que la CARICOM et l'Union africaine peuvent mieux collaborer?
I think it goes to the people-to-people connections. These institutions, as valuable as they are, they're not countries. They don't do business, but they can open up and create an environment for business to flourish. So I think having those institutions and what they're doing is fine, but at the end of the day, we need to connect people to people, businesses to businesses, opportunity to opportunity. But we do need those umbrella organizations to make it easier. For example, the African Union has looked at the diaspora as a sixth region of Africa. Without the AU, that would not happen. So those are some of the things I think where they can add a lot of benefit. But at the end of the day, once that door is open, we need to walk through it.